How's it going today, everyone? This is KaijuFanatic, your host, bringing you a brand new figure review. Today we are looking at the X plus 30 centimeter Yuji Sakai modeling series Shin Godzilla, or Godzilla 2016 Awakening version. This is the G-Store exclusive, which means this is the translucent version. There is a light up Rick version and a standard one that were available for general retailers, well, besides the Rick. Anyways, let's not waste any damn time, and let's look at this beautiful figure, starting off with its head sculpt. I'm absolutely impressed with this figure. I love that there's a ton of red in there still, like the regular Yuji Sakai modeling series Shin, and yet we also get this beautiful overpaint with the pink and the purple. Look at that mouth, absolutely sussy. And the teeth are beautifully painted. I love how wide the jaw is open. It's just sexy, okay? Let's start at the bottom here and let's rise to the top just to kind of show you the paint, show you that although this is a translucent figure and I thought that would mean it would be mainly purple, it's actually got the red in there from the first release, which is pretty nice. The first Yuji Sakai modeling series Shin. And it's just gorgeous. Like, look at all the paint, look at all the detail. You could tell this figure was really put together. It's just a absolutely beautiful sculpt. I love what he did here. That mouth. What the mouth do? Anyways, it's just an impressive looking, stunning piece. It fits right in with the other Shins. And I'm happy to have this. I've been waiting for this since it was announced. I remember seeing that first thumbnail and just being blown away. And this figure does not disappoint. It's just painted wonderfully. The translucents really work on it. And the paint that they put over the figure, whether it's the nails or the teeth, it just looks really good. There's so much detail on this figure. You can definitely tell Yuji Sakai brought his Z game, not his A game, his Z game on this figure. There is a little bit of stylization with this figure. It's not 100% CG model accurate, but it is right there. Look at that paint. Look at that head. I love the angles. Very, very sharp. The neck is just a beautiful, beautiful place to look at. Look at all that red. Look at all the purple. You can tell he's just leaking the energy, kind of like it does seem to suggest in the movie. And then these little arms, which are a soft vinyl. So be careful. Don't let it fall. It probably will break. But I like how they're cocked back a little bit more, like he's pushing forward with the atomic breath. It's a nice, tiny touch. Tiny, tiny touch. Now, the dorsal plates. And there's a dog hair. I didn't even notice that. Oops. The dorsal plates are wonderfully done. It's got the metallic paint, while also having just the standard black rims on it, and it just looks fantastic. It pops. It's an eye catcher. This is easily one of the most attractive looking Awakening Shins in my collection, and of course, the tail is done with the absolute same precision that the rest of the figure has. Look at all this red. Look at it. It's beautiful. Every part of this figure is translucent, although we'll look at that later. Not every part shows it the best, which kind of makes sense in some of the thicker areas. But the tail is just gorgeous. Let's go back. Let's see the backup view of this painted back. Look at that. Oh my God. It's gorgeous. It looks even better in person, which is not surprising to say with a lot of these X Plus figures. These are just gorgeous. I love the way this face sculpt, quote unquote, is done. I like that it is very accurately open. You can definitely tell that something is supposed to be coming out of that mouth. Look at all the detail. It's horrifying and yet beautiful in a way. Just seeing how this figure is done, I'm completely blown away. It's kind of hard to talk over this because I just want to sit here and stare at it. It's a wonderful figure. It's very, very detailed. It's sharp. It's got depth. It's a perfect 30 centimeter Shin Godzilla. There's just so many different colors going on, but yet at the same time, it shows up way differently depending on the lighting. It's gorgeous. Look at that. All of it. Now, let's look at the translucent features because, yes, it's translucent. So there's the head, shines right through the neck. You can kind of see going down the body. The rest of the body isn't translucent. It's almost like it's filled somewhere, probably open space to make up for the light up effect for the Rick version. But the dorsal plates here are very, very translucent, and so is the tail. In fact, you can see the tail has a lot of it. Most of the tail just kind of shines right through. And here's the tip of the tail to show that it does seem to be a red translucent mold with everything else painted on top. Now, it does have two accessories. It has this tail stand. This one helps it stay more upright. Otherwise, it lays back on its tail. Looks a little weird. And then, of course, like X Plus normally does, we have this tail accessory to keep the tip of the tail from sagging over time. I will use it on my display. Now, let's look at some size comparisons. Here it is with the X Plus Gigantic Series X Defo Series Shin Godzilla. As you can see, the tip of his head is actually taller than the tallest point of Shin Defo's tail, which makes sense. It's wonderful to see these two next to each other. Next, we have the Sarajirushi translucent red Shin Godzilla. As you can see, that figure's head is taller than this, but the tail on this X Plus actually sticks up and above, and it's very nice looking at probably my two favorite releases of 2023 right next to each other. Of course, I had to bring out the Gigantic, and I almost don't want to say there's no comparison, but that would be a lie. These two look very, very nice next to each other. You can definitely see they learned some things from this Gigantic translucent version and then applied it to this smaller 30 centimeter scale. So here's the Shin family photo, and with that, I'm going to wrap up this review. I want to say this, guys, this figure is absolutely wonderful. I am completely stunned and blown away by how wonderfully done this figure is. This is an easy 10 out of 10. This is a perfect Shin Godzilla figure, and I would not hesitate to say this is figure of the year. Of course, I want to leave that a little bit surprised for the video, but spoiler alert, this is probably the figure of the year. I want to thank everyone for watching once again. Please enjoy this figure if you are getting it. Let me know down below which version you bought or what you're looking for. And as I always say, peace, rock on, stay safe. Remember to go to Collect All Monster Collectors. Join the discussion with 2,000 plus other wonderful Tokusatsu fans. And follow the links in the description for other wonderful people. And I'll see you guys later.